And how is it going, everyone? Welcome to more Zuma's Revenge in, well, still the heroic frog challenge, though I don't know if there's gonna be any progress. Wait, it says progress. Oh, it means that this thing is the progress of the map. Well, progress is what might not happen, but it's fine. I was underwater. Don't even remember. Okay, I do remember. The hard stages were the last two. Yeah, and like I remember the last one even having a very annoying tunnel and everything. Well, it's fine. At least we can have consecutive balls. Is what matters. I think I'm mentally ready for absolutely zero progress. That's acceptable too. I mean, normally it isn't, but in a game like this, I will say it is. This is shaping up to be an ace finish. Would be pretty nice to open up the stream with an ace, just because. It would also be nice to get a blue, but I guess not. Oh, I actually got it in time. Hey Kyle, how is it going? Just here underwater. Don't know for how long we're gonna be underwater. It will be ideal if today I can get out of the underwater section. So for that I will have to beat the boss. Because after this underwater things comes a volcano thing, but still too far to make any plans. Wow, nice colors. I didn't see. And this wasn't an ace, actually. And it wouldn't have been an ace even if I didn't mess up that last throw. I really wonder how we are even intended to get an ace. What's the intended method to get an ace? That was a very fast run, and it wasn't enough. And there are some runs that are also extremely fast that are barely enough. I don't know. Hey Draenor, how is it going? Yeah, it's fine. I mean, it's why I told you to not call it daily. But it's fine. I guess it's more of an idiom kind of thing. Oh, shit. This is bad. I need a yellow right now. Really, you're gonna... Man, fuck you. You had so much time to give me a stupid ass yellow, and yet you give me everything but a yellow. Fuck. Well, nice. Rebranding to Gabby Chic Lips. Yeah, that could be. I don't think it's a bad idea. I mean, you don't even need to rebrand it if you don't want to. But yeah. Oh, that's nice. And then this. Damn. That's very cool. Hey, don't worry. I gotta say that I'm a little bit nervous about the new computer, because aside from having to, well, install everything that I need to both work and also stream, which shouldn't be a problem, but there are so many things to take into account when you get a new computer that it's just such a hassle. I mean, the bigger hassle would have been building it, so that thankfully is not a problem. But man, it's still a hassle software-wise. Clone the drive. That's not a good idea if it's another operative system, even though Windows 11 is largely the same shit. Yeah, you don't want to do that sort of stuff. Not to mention that there are some programs that don't work if you copy-paste the files, because they also use like registry shit and stuff like that. So yeah, it's just gonna be annoying. It's also gonna be annoying to connect everything, well, to make a backup of the drive that I'm currently using. Like, it's overall just gonna be such a pain in the ass. It really will. I just hope that, I mean, my biggest worry is my fan game. Logically, there shouldn't be any problem, and my fan game should work without issues. As simple as copying and pasting the project folder, and I shouldn't need anything else. But you know that sometimes the theory doesn't go as expected, and if that's the case, that will be very sad. Then again, it's not like I will completely lose the project. I mean, not only I will have it back up, but also I have it in the original drive that won't just disappear, you know. It's still something that makes me fear for my fan game. There is no way that I can finish it before the computer is here, so yeah. Gotta do the migration. Well, and in terms of everything visual, I can say that the last zone is ready to start being designed. I mean, designed from a gameplay perspective. So the progress is certainly there. We will see. As always, I'm looking forward to see what people will think of the fan game. I will keep looking forward, because it's not gonna happen yet. It will happen next year. At least that's the cool thing. You know that every time that the year changes, I usually don't give a shit. I guess there will be a good reason to be excited for the new year now. It will be the year when the fan game is completed. So that's nice. Sometimes it really feels like the game wants you to fail. With the colors you get. Yesterday I was playing Street Fighter 2. Just like any other fighting game. The AI, if they don't want you to let you win, they can very easily do that. It feels like that here. If this game doesn't want to let you win, it won't. You can play very well, but that doesn't matter too much. If the game throws you the shittiest color combinations possible, there isn't much you can do. Well, and some layouts obviously don't help. This one certainly doesn't help. Also, not finding too many power-ups. Where are my power-ups? Why are they not appearing? I don't care about the accuracy thing, dude. That should have been clear by now. I don't want nothing with the accuracy power-up. Nobody does. Might as well give me nothing. It's like trying to reanimate a corpse. This run. Well, that was an attempt. And because the chain was so shit, I barely even got past the halfway point in the Zuma bar. Unfortunate. Bloodstain update has more achievements. Hey, I don't like when developers do that. Hey, come on, bro. I already got the 100%. Don't make me do it again. So I remember that there was Uncharted 3 at some point. Well, you have platinum trophies obviously in PlayStation Network, and at some point they did an update which added more achievements, but at that point it doesn't matter because I already had the platinum trophy, so not like they can take your platinum trophy away. But in Steam, since there is no platinum trophy, it's 100% or nothing, which is fucked up, but it's simply the way Steam works. Zuma. Well, I personally was never really a fan of achievements in the first place. I always thought that they were kinda lame. It's cool to at least have them as some sort of guide if you really like a game and after you beat it you want to do more. To have a guide for like for what you do in the after game, right? Like that's cool. But yeah. I never really liked the concept of achievements regardless, because that's something that could be good in-game. It's something that you can easily implement it in-game. And I know that a lot of people like to brag about them, so something that is built like Steam makes sense, like everyone can see your achievements, but it wouldn't be much different. People take that way too seriously. mean, the thing about achievements is that they are usually very disproportionate. You have achievements that are like not given a lot of importance, maybe from the devs, in the sense that it's written as just another achievement, and yet that achievement is extremely hard to do, and it's just there. Like, you will do that, whatever the achievement asks you to do, simply because of the achievement, not because it was something that you will normally do. You know? Like, there are some achievements that are so shit that, you know, you really wouldn't do them if the achievement wasn't there. But yeah, I don't like them. But in the case of Steam, I think it's even possible to modify the achievements locally, so you can say that you got achievements that you didn't get. So yeah, that's pretty funny. And then there are some games that have way too many achievements. Some of them are just supposed to be like very low budget games where, since they are kinda shit, they have to use the fact that you can get a lot of achievements out of them as some sort of draw. But then there are some other games that have a little bit more effort put into it, like Vampire Survivors, and that shit has literally thousands of achievements. Hey bro, come on dude. What are you trying to... What are you appealing to? Well, even games like Left 4 Dead 2 have a shit ton of achievements, and most of them are shit. But it makes sense considering that it's made by Valve, so a lot of the bad things about achievements can be, you know, traced back to them. Those are for each of the unlocks. Yeah, sometimes, but some other times there are things like survive with this character in this place using this shit. Like, there are many combinations of things that, you know, sometimes you wouldn't naturally do. Like, some of them are for unlocks, but some other are not for unlocks. But it's a little bit annoying. Really? There was an achievement to hold out the Horde event inside the plane on the swamp without taking a hit, and that shit was bugged. Had to do it like 5 times for it to register. Well, that's essentially more a developer skill issue more than anything else. You know? Like, that's something that is not really related to the concept of achievements, it's just related to the devs, you know. making mistakes, which happens. Yeah, I mean, you don't need to do them all, you don't need to do any. It just feels silly to look at the achievement list and see a bunch of shit that you know takes so much room. Because the thing is that sometimes you kind of think to yourself, like, alright, I wanna check the achievements because I wanna see if I can get them all. And there might be one or two achievements that can be a little bit hard to do. But since it's only 1 and 2, you are like, well, it's alright. I'll do the rest and then worry about that one later. But then you see the achievements that a game like Vampire Survivors has, and you're like, I'm not gonna do that. Yes, it's something that, at least in my case, it discourages me instantly. Like, I look at that and I'm like, bro, I'm not gonna do all that shit. And as you say, you don't need to do the achievements you don't want, but to me, if I go for achievements, usually it's because I want to eventually get them all. But if I cannot get them all, to me it feels like, why would I go for some of them, especially when so many of them are something that I normally wouldn't do. So at that point it feels like the achievements in that specific game become completely worthless. Obviously that doesn't affect my interactions with the game itself. Like, I will still play the game as much as I would want, which is the reason why I haven't played it in a while, simply because I don't feel like doing it. But yeah. There is one in Left 4 Dead for carrying someone who got the game for free. Last time the game was given for free was like 12 years ago. Yeah, that is a problem. But yeah, as I say, it seems that Valve has very bad achievements in general. Because, I mean, I feel like even... Fuck, I somehow missing that. Even the word achievement should mean, well, something you achieve, obviously, but that's the thing, something that should be valuable to achieve. An example that I personally feel that is a good example, despite being something that only a handful of people in the world can do, is, for example, in Dodonpachi, the achievement of beating Satsusa, right? That's something that almost no one can do because of how fucking hard it is. But it's an achievement that it makes sense. Like, it's something that it's meant to be precisely that, an achievement. Like the formal definition of the word achievement, right? Something that takes a lot of skill to do, and it's something that is intended in the game to be done. You know, it's something that is there as an actual in-game achievement. Forget about the word achievement as a mechanic. I mean as an actual achievement that the game presents to you. Like, well, if you don't like the word achievement, the word challenge. It's an actual challenge in the game, so an achievement related to that challenge makes sense. right? Because it is an actual achievement in the formal definition. But then when you have shit that makes you do stuff that was clearly not intended to be done and it's just there to be a hassle and nothing else, I don't like when that happens. And when the achievement is clearly something that the developers originally didn't intend to make it happen, and it's just there to be there, just to be like that, you know. Every game should have a speedrunning achievement. Well, it depends on the sort of game, though. There are some games where beating it fast is kinda the idea, a good example being Sonic. Sonic the Hedgehog is a game that you're supposed to go fast, so beating the levels fast it will be nice to have a reward, in this case, well, an achievement, right? So I understand for games like that. But for games like, for example, I don't know, The Sims, just to give a random ass example that I thought of. Like, if there is an achievement of, well, get the highest paying shop with a sim in less than 3 hours or something, like, I don't think that's a cool thing to do, because that's not an intended thing. Like, you're not intended to play The Sims to do shit as fast as possible. You can do it if you want to, but it's not the way the game was thought. It was supposed to simply be a simulation game. Them stupid ass fly. But yeah, I think that it's about that sort of stuff. Like, the achievement has to match with the game. Has to be an achievement that doesn't feel out of place for the game you're playing. That's how I personally feel it should be. And there are a lot of achievements that are out of place. A good example is, well, I'll talk about Uncharted, because those are the games that not only I played a lot, but I also played to Platinum. And there is an achievement, I don't remember in which one of them, that is something like kill an enemy, like kill enemies in this sequence. One with a main weapon, another one with a secondary weapon, and another one with a grenade. Like, all of that had to be done like one after the other, and I'm like, bro, like, what sort of dumbass achievement is that? Why will you even do that in a normal run? It's not extremely hard to do, mind you, but it's the kind of shit that I'm like, you're making me do something dumb, you know? You're making me do something very dumb that I wouldn't do normally. Though, forget about doing it normally or not. It's about the fact that it just doesn't fit in a game, well, in this case, like Uncharted, that is supposed to be a high action game, you know? You just shoot everyone, kill everyone that appears, you know, without discrimination. You just kill everyone. But you have to actually, you know, think about what weapon you're gonna use and limit yourself in that way. It feels a little bit shitty to me. No, I mean, the developer can do, I mean, that's the same thing as always. The developer obviously can do all they want with their game, of course. I can also talk shit about what they do in their game. You know? That's the thing, yeah, it's your game. You do whatever you want. But hey, I will also talk shit however I want to. You know? It's a two-way street in that regard. Team Fortress True achievement for killing 3 enemies in a row without missing a bullet took me years. I can imagine. Still better than going for the actual 24 hours of Le Mans on Gran Turismo. Yeah. How is it going, Golden? Yeah, that is a problem, but I think that thankfully I don't think they exist as actual achievements, because that was in Gran Turismo 4 and the PlayStation 2 didn't have achievements. It was only in PlayStation 3 that they added them, and I think that Gran Turismo 5 didn't have endurance races, or at least not 24 hour. Or maybe I'm confusing it with Gran Turismo 6. Like Gran Turismo 6, I'm almost 100% sure it did not have a single long endurance race. But I can confirm about 5. But yeah, with 4, you didn't need to worry about achievements because they simply were not a thing. They didn't exist as a mechanic. They existed as something that you did to yourself. I mean, what you say, doing that in simulations makes sense. Problem is that Gran Turismo, especially Gran Turismo 4, is essentially an arcade racing game, despite the fact that it labels itself as a simulator. So doing it there doesn't make much sense. But what you mentioned does make sense. There are events in games like iRacing and, you know, company that you team up with other people just like in real life, and you do 24 hours events switching drivers. That makes sense. It's something that obviously will require you to have the time to do that, and more importantly, coordinate with the other people in the team. But yeah, that is something that I think it's very cool. Well, it's very cool as long as you you like that sort of stuff. Like having a marathon, he plays on amateur division on the Brazilian league. Well, that's always cool. I mean, after all, playing an actual endurance in real life, you will have to have a lot of money to do that. Well, either a lot of money or a lot of connections. So yeah, for us normal people that weren't born in a golden cradle, we will have to do that through simulation games. So I think that's why it's a cool thing, because most people in the world will never experience actual motorsports. It's just way too expensive. Regardless of what category we're talking about, just being into real life motorsports is expensive. So I'm glad we have ways of experiencing it. Also, then this is gonna be an ace time. Like, holy shit. I can still lose because of the stupid ass tunnel at the end of the level, but I don't think I'm gonna lose. I should simply have way. Yeah, like, this is gonna be. It has to be a world record. Holy shit, that was so fast. 1 minute and 9. Like, I got the ace time for 1 minute, dude. Holy shit. Well, that's the checkpoint, so we can forget about that checkpoint. And this is the Undersea Grotto. Brazilian doesn't have endurance races in real life. Most stock cars struggle to keep afloat. Well, it's the case here, but... well, here, for example, we have like a touring category using very old cars. Yeah, also is something that barely struggles to survive. But if you want to go serious with that sort of stuff, you gotta go to other countries. And for example, lately we had a Formula 1 driver getting into Formula 1 from here. Obviously, Formula 1 is an international competition. Not to mention the most prestigious one as well, so... Something that not only you need to have money or connections, but you also have to be the best of the best. So yeah. One of those things. You gotta be a baller. Yeah, it's just one of those things that it won't happen for the biggest majority in the world. Like getting into something like Formula 1. Wow, I missed that really. That's funny. I drive like an ace and have rivers of money to expend. Yeah. But connections too, that's the thing, like you need everything. Like, you need absolutely everything. It's just way too much. It's just not something reserved to normal people. It's impossible. Wish you were alive with Senna. Well, I mean, you can always rewatch the races. Obviously, it's not the same as watching them live, but hey, it's alright, I would say. To at least see what he did. It really is one of the things that if you want to experience it yourself, it's gotta be through a simulator. There is no other way. There simply is no other way. The guy was the national hero. Yeah, I mean, he's probably the most popular Brazilian person internationally. Trying to think of another one. Well, no, never mind, sorry. I don't think he's more popular than Ronaldinho. That guy is probably more popular. I will probably say, I mean, it's hard to tell though, because those are, measuring popularity is always hard. But yeah, I think, well, either Ronaldinho or the OG Ronaldo. Those two, well, hold up, the names are flooding to my brain. Pelé as well. I don't know which one of those is more popular, and I don't know how their popularity will compare to Ayrton Senna. Yeah, Pelé, as I say, that one is probably high. But see, the thing about people like him is that I think that they are mostly a generational thing. Like, if you ask an actual football fan, of course they will know who Pelé is. But if you ask someone that just, you know, sees that casually, I don't know if they are gonna know who that is. I'm talking mostly about the younger generation, of course. Well, the same can be said about Ayrton Senna, but I think since Formula 1 is so popular, and the fact that Ayrton Senna is usually mentioned a lot every time that Formula 1 topic comes, he might be maybe more known with the younger generations or not, I don't know. Because I mean, there are people that say, or that might ask, well, who is the best Formula 1 driver of all time? And some people are certainly gonna mention Senna, even though that's debatable. But yeah, it's one of those things that that might come up more often than someone like Pelé, I think. Royce Grace? Oh, I don't know him, but yeah, I don't watch MMA. But yeah, I guess that... I'm not sure. Is he popular outside of... Well, I guess the same can be said of the other people I mentioned. I guess if you never been interested in football or Formula 1, you wouldn't know those people either. Yeah, I guess the only way to know this is... Well, there is no way to know this reliably, but I don't know, using something like Google Trends. But yeah, that still wouldn't be a definitive answer or anything like that. The guy was a skinny guy with less than 50 kilos. That's severely underweight. Well, it depends on his height. But unless he is super short, that's underweight. Taking down the Japanese champ, weighing double his weight. They invented their own style of shujitsu. Well, I mean, that's something that usually always happens with martial arts. Like, everyone adds their own touch to what could be more traditional things that you learn. Like, that's, for example, the reason why when you look up Kung Fu or Karate, those are things that are very generic in the sense that there are so many styles out there that just saying that doesn't mean much. So yeah, I would assume that with Shujitsu is the same. But yeah, I don't know. Kung Fu and Karate are pretty much philosophies. Well, I mean, from a formal definition, they are essentially, you know, kind of like, well, Karate is pretty simple. It's martial arts without weapons. It's as simple as that. It's empty hands, is what it means. And more importantly, that it comes from Japan. So I will say that's specific in definition. What's not specific is in, as I say, the style, because there are so many different types of karate that everyone has their own rules, their own things that are forbidden, all that shit. And Kung Fu is very different because I don't know what Kung Fu means in Chinese, but like Kung Fu can be something from, I don't know, the typical like the typical Bruce Lee type of flashy moves with your body in unarmed combat, or it could be something like grabbing a fucking sword and decimating your opponent. Like that could also be Kung Fu. But yeah, they are very broad terms because they encompass a lot of things that don't really have to do much with each other, well, other than being martial arts, of course. Yeah. Throwing TNT, yeah, that could be Kung Fu too. Jiu-Jitsu is a normal sport. Yeah, well, I don't know much about it, so I'm not gonna say that that's not the case or if it is the case. But like, when it comes to sports, you can always, like, depending on the organizations, you always have specific rules. Like, for example, you can say boxing is a sport, but depending on the competition you enter, you might be allowed to do some things and some other things you don't. But boxing in itself is also a concept. Using your hands to, well, box, right? To throw punches and cover yourself. But the competition itself, which, you know, might also be called boxing or could be called something else. Like, I don't know what's the formal name of, like, the boxing international championship or whatever. That can have its own set of rules. And it doesn't have to be, like, it doesn't have to strictly represent boxing as a concept. So I don't know if with Jiu-Jitsu that will be the case too. Like, you can have Jiu-Jitsu as a concept, and then the formal organization that does Jiu-Jitsu championships and sets the rules, you know. But yeah, I don't know enough to say that, so I wouldn't know. I lost all my lives on this level, by the way. The gross translation will be cultivation of the body, a philosophy about combat and martial arts. Your father taught you some stuff? Well, thankfully, I never had to resort to physical violence to defend myself. I mean, in fact, I don't ever remember being seriously physically attacked. I remember there were even thieves, like a couple thieves that happened. Like when I say a couple, I mean that it only happened a couple times. But even thieves that tried to steal shit from me by threatening me and never done anything. They did steal my shit, but they never physically did anything. But yeah, that's something that I gotta be grateful for. I never been into a serious physical interaction, I guess. But I don't know what word you would use. But I never seriously fought anyone, so I never really needed to know how to defend myself. Not like it will be useless to know, because it will happen at any time. But yeah, I never really learned anything like that, but thankfully I also never had to use that. Nice. We were gonna fight for our defamation lawsuit? Yeah, of course. I only remember once in school that I got very pissed off at a classmate and I started throwing punches at him randomly. But that didn't go anywhere. They were just random punches that most likely didn't land, and even if they landed, they probably wouldn't have done much. None of us got injured during that, so that's the only thing I remember, and it was so soft, right? So yeah, not a problem. Fist cuffs. Learning some self-defense wouldn't hurt. Well, I don't know if I will say it wouldn't hurt. It probably will hurt. I mean, depending on your training sequences, I will say that it could hurt from a literal sense. Being able to toss someone on the ground when they get aggressive has helped me a ton. I think I only remember tossing someone to the ground once, and it wasn't even like an aggressive, like it wasn't even in a fight. Like someone just hang on to me from the back, like, sorry, I can't talk. Someone hang on to my back randomly, and I simply moved forward and he fell to the ground. I don't think that counts as tossing. All I know is that if I didn't do that move, they wouldn't have fallen. Thankfully, they didn't break anything. But that was... Well, now that I remember, it was pretty funny. Though it was funny back then too. And it's not like he got hurt, so... Yeah, that was funny. Made me feel like a judo practitioner, but no. It was simply that the guy just jumped into my bag and I boom, back to you. It's actually a funny memory, I gotta say. What he gets. Should have thought twice. I gotta pop the horse stance to remember the good old days. Yeah, I don't know. I never liked physical, sports or sports in general, really. So even if Obviously, when I was younger, and still now, I'm a fan of shit like Dragon Ball and stuff like that that makes emphasis in martial arts and shit, but even back then I was like, no, this is fiction. Like, you're not gonna become Goku. So I should stay away from that. From trying to become a martial artist. As cool as I could picture it in my mind, I was like, nah, I'm not gonna put the physical effort to do that. I'm not gonna be able to throw energy balls, so I don't like it. Yeah. Never did that. Or any other heavy physical activity, really. Body cultivation is good for your health, and I'm a sack of sloth. Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure that any medic that will check up on me will tell me that I need to exercise more. But, like, that's one of those things that I simply don't give a shit. In the sense that I rather live with the disadvantages of not exercising than exercising. Like, I'm well aware that it's not healthy and whatever, I simply don't care. And you might tell me, well, you will care when it starts becoming a problem. Probably, but that's not now, you know? And, you know, it's nice to plan some things in advance, but I feel that it's not really something that goes with me to overly worry about things that are gonna happen years from now. I am the kind of person that usually worries about things that might happen a couple months from now. Maybe less, I wouldn't say a couple because that's still a lot of time, but something that will happen in less than a month from now, I usually worry about it. But something that is gonna happen in years, I can't be asked to worry about that. So yeah. When it comes to exercising, no thank you. I will accept whatever punishment my body is gonna give me when I'm older. But yeah, I don't really care right now. Damn, no yellow at all until the very end. What an asshole. Unbelievable. Alright. Well, at least I got here without losing lives. Not bad. The extra life. Actually, now that I think about it, going back to the topic of bullies, I don't know if it's a cultural thing or what, but I never really got physically bullied. Like, I hear a lot of people that say that they have bullies that physically assault them. That never happened to me. And I wasn't particularly a very nice person in shit like high school and stuff, you know? There were a lot of people that would probably you know, had reasons to be bad, and yet I didn't really have it. I don't know if it's because I somehow had charisma, or it's because it was the opposite. People just took pity. I don't know. Hard to tell. Cause I never really had a charisma, so it can be that. But yeah, as I say, it can also be a cultural thing. Like here, doing something like that, maybe it's just very frowned upon, and that's it. Used to get insulted a lot. Well, I mean, if you get provoked and you end up into a physical altercation, I don't know if I should say it's on you, because obviously everyone reacts to insults differently, but I'm talking about people that get assaulted unprompted. Like, you just have someone approaching them and they get assaulted. In school, I mean. That's something that never happened to me. Or at least not that I remember. Made a couple cases like that. Yeah, I think that I don't know. I gotta be grateful that I haven't. Nice. Not as common as movies make it to be, but it definitely happens. Well, I mean, in the USA it might be like that. For what I understand, in the USA, schools are absolute garbage. I know that, you know, Hollywood always exaggerates and shit like that, but for what I hear and or read, at least people are also exaggerating. Most of the schools in the USA are absolute pieces of shit, and not just in the social aspect, but also in the teaching aspect. But yeah, well, schools here are also pretty shit in the cheating, in the teaching aspect. No, the cheating, don't worry, people can do it very easily. That's certainly not an issue, but not an issue for the ones that cheat, that is. Kind of an issue for the people, you know, for the professors and shit. At least yours are free. Yes and no. They are free if you don't mind your son going to a place that is filled with the spawn of subhumans. Yeah, that is free, but that's only free monetarily. I don't think that's a good idea. Like sending someone to a free school in this country is not a good idea. I mean, you can do it and maybe you are lucky enough to not encounter any problems. It's not impossible, but I wouldn't recommend it. Usually you want private education here. But yeah, hey, at least it's an option, I guess. But sometimes I don't know what's better. You teach for a living? My condolences. Nah, it's okay. I mean, guess teaching is something that can be rewarding. But yeah, the problem with teaching is that you obviously depend on who you get as a student. And if the students don't care about learning, it's a little bit of a problem. It's a little bit of a problem. And especially if we're talking about school, because people are not there because they want to, they are there because they have to. A lot of them are not gonna give you the time of the day. It's different, I guess, if you teach in a university, because, well, not only the people that go there are obviously more mature, but also the fact that most of them go on their own choice. But yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's usually always the case when it comes to public schools. You have people who come from extreme poverty and people that come from completely different backgrounds. So the problem is not the people that come from poverty as just that, because if anything there can be a shock of lifestyle, that someone talks about something and there are a lot of things that could be alien to people with less resources. The problem is that there is also a lot of people that send their kids to public school because they simply don't give a shit about their kids, and that doesn't just translate to, you know, to that, but like it translates to possible troublemakers because the parents don't bother with them, they neglect them. And then you have kids that are problematic. It's not their fault, obviously, but yeah, can't do much about that. The kids are pretty chill. It all depends on how lucky you get with the current course, you know. Sometimes you can get nice kids and sometimes you don't. I can't believe I lost all my lives in this level. That's very sad. I mean, this doesn't even look like that hard of a level. I mean, I wouldn't have gotten this extremely far if it was easy. I gotta instead assume that it's simply hard. Some of them even like science. Oh, you say about kids on the countryside? I mean, well, normally people that are not on cities or on large cities, well, depending on what place we're talking about, but usually they tend to have a more traditional lifestyle, and usually parents try to make an effort into, you know, teaching their kids. Well, there goes that. That was very bad. geek over nerdy stuff. I personally, I don't think I will do a bad job at teaching. I just never will teach in a school. If I teach somewhere, it will be in a university. There is no way I will have the patience to teach in a school. But yeah. At the same time, becoming a teacher will be a very heavy downgrade on my current lifestyle. And that's not just because of money. So yeah, not a good idea. But hey, I don't know, maybe one day I'm gonna get so tired of working at a company that I could try seeing how it feels to teach in a university. Already one of the things that I wouldn't have is working from home. And that's kind of a deal breaker, you know. It's a family's occupation. Oh, your family's occupation. In my case, none of my family members is a teacher, or is or was, obviously. So yeah, it's one of those things that there's not much incentive from there either. But I think that unless I go crazy and I want a very heavy lifestyle change, I don't think I could become a teacher. Unless I want to do a complete 180-degree turn in my current lifestyle, I don't see any reason to become a teacher. It's fine. I also don't know if I could even become a teacher in the first place. I think you actually need a specific study that certifies you as being a teacher. I don't think that having the title of the profession you're trying to teach is enough. At least not here. That will be a problem too. I don't know who Onizuka is, dude. I haven't watched that. But like, you gotta understand that I never got inspired by fiction to do what I do. Like, well, I'm currently a web developer. I certainly, well, just like most people that studying learning programming, it's not like being a web developer was in my initial plans, but I started studying programming because I simply was interested in learning how computers work better, and also at some point I wanted to do video game development, which I gotta say that I guess I'm doing that in one way or another, not professionally, but with my fan game, I guess that's eventually happening. But yeah, I never really look at fiction to make important life decisions. I don't think I ever done that. Well, I mean, there are a lot of subconscious decisions that might have required fiction to pique your interest, and that it's hard to track them down. But I don't think I remember watching any fiction that was like, you know, someone being a programmer or whatever. In fact, I don't even remember watching anything fiction related with someone being a programmer. I don't think, I don't remember it at least. Onizuka is an anime from the 70s about a teacher that's very eccentric. Oh. Alright. Sure. Became a teacher because of your mom and dad. Yeah, I can see how a lot of people get into martial arts because of fiction. Because I mean, otherwise, it's hard to justify it unless you are in the army or you are security personnel. But like, I guess without something selling you into martial arts, it's very hard to get naturally interested in it. Like, you need a very strong selling point. I guess it's kind of like joining the army. If you didn't have shit like, you know, Call of Duty or stuff like that glorifies soldiers and shit, I don't think anyone will be interested in joining the army. Well, already there are not many people interested in joining the army, understandably so. Nobody wants to die for multimillionaires that don't give a fuck about you. It's understandable. But yeah, it would be even worse if those sort of shit didn't exist. Again. Oh, damn it, that thought the purple would cross, but it didn't. Remember watching the Bill Gates movie in college? Oh, I didn't. Hey, how is it going, Marcao? The whole spiritual and self-defense side? Yeah, but those are things that have to be sold on you. You know? Like, if someone is straight to you about something, I mean, I'm gonna put the example of the army again. If someone tells you, hey, we need you to fight for the security of the nation, you might need to go fight against people in the other side of the world that you have no relation with, you know nothing about, and they have nothing on you, but you need to go there, possibly die in the process, and also when you're done in your service, you're probably gonna have PTSD. But yeah, what, do you wanna join the army? Like, that doesn't work. So if you want to make something like joining the army appealing, you release garbage like Call of Duty, you know, Rambo, you know, stuff like that that makes it appealing to be like them. I'm carrying a gun and I feel like a badass. I wanna do that too. Unless you do that, people are not willingly enlisting. in the army. Well, back then, when there wasn't this sort of audiovisual shit, it was mostly about giving like corny speeches, like you will be serving your country and your legacy will be remembered for all eternity. You and your family will, well, more like your family will be eternally indebted to your service or whatever. I don't know what inspirational shit they will say. As I say before, I don't have the charisma to come up with that. But the thing is that back then it was with that, with speeches. Or with force. It depends on the... It depends on the era we're talking about. But yeah, like, those sort of things don't happen naturally. They need a push. And I'm pretty sure with martial arts it's the same. Martial arts is something that needs some romanticizing things to do that. You know, I know that Rambo 1, well, more than an anti-war movie, I would say that it's more like an anti-war and anti-police movie. And then they turn Rambo into a war superhero. I know. But yeah, the thing is that things like that are needed to gauge interest in that. Because if you just go to the cold reality of what being a soldier means, or what being in a real fight means, I don't think that that sounds very appealing. You need to use a little bit of romanticism. Like you need to add it. You need to add coloring to it. You need to add vitamins to the topic to gauge interest. And in this case, products like that certainly help. Yeah, and then you get drone bomb. Well, that's something that mostly applies now. I guess back then, being drone bombed wasn't very often. But yeah, like right now, if you wanted to be realistic, you will say, yeah, bro, just go to a place very far, train with all this discipline and all this shit, just to get drone bombed in seconds and get killed without even realizing what killed you. Which, hey, it might be even better compared to suffering an agonizing death by someone shooting at you, you falling to the ground and then dying for loss of blood. But yeah, those sort of things don't sound very appealing. You know, but I mean, when I say romanticize, I mean being decorated. Something that is not shown, like street fights are, for example, as a random example of something that knowing martial arts will be useful for, or relatively useful for, depending on if someone brings a weapon or not. Those sort of things, if you are shown the reality with the fact that you have a very high chance of becoming disabled or dying because you will fall into concrete, or someone can bring out of a knife out of nowhere, or a gun, like, that doesn't sound very exciting. Like, you are not like, damn, I really want that to happen to me. No, you usually want something that looks more appealing. So you have a lot of movies about this guy just fending off 10 people at the same time completely unscathed. And not to mention that most of the time your opponents also are not shown to get super fucked. They are just shown to fly away, you know? So that looks cool, that looks fun. If learning martial arts can make you do that, you're like, damn, alright, that's cool. Hey, if you're showing an actual street fight with someone getting their face craving to the pavement in less than 3 seconds and then dying of blood loss. I don't know if that sounds very appealing. Flashbacks to the meat grinder era of the USSR. USSR. The glorious USSR. That's funny. Just as funny as how I'm gonna lose here. Oh, and you cannot aim upwards here, so you're gonna be shooting at one of the sides. But unless one of the sides is empty, I guess. You're kinda fucked. I don't know if I can shoot this before dying. Yeah, I can, but I think that's gonna last for too long. But I cannot do anything here, dude. It was bound to happen. First thing my dad ever told me about martial arts was run away. That's a wonderful technique. It is indeed a very efficient technique. Tends to work. Like I'm gonna get fucked yet again. Wanted to pop the yellow, but thanks for giving me the yellow now. They keep me aiming there. Somehow didn't count as gap. A little bit scam. No, that's not gonna work. The music is getting faster. Wonder what that means. And this level is fucking me up. If running away doesn't pan out, then martial arts will mostly run away. It's a good strat. It certainly is. I mean, because in this day and age, you don't know what someone might have with themselves, and you also don't know how dumb they are. So someone can have a gun, or all you know, and they are probably dumb enough to use it in a situation that makes no sense to use it, but they are too dumb to realize that. So yeah, you never know who you are going against. Something that it could be anything. It's a surprise. Not a pleasant one at that. I really need that lightning. There you go. Man, I got a backwards with it, nice. that chain bonus is not gonna last for long, and that's because I don't really have too much range to really do anything. There's not much that can be done here, is you can only shoot two very specific columns. You do what you can. Wait, wasn't there a power up here? Am I going insane? Well, there certainly was one there, but it disappeared on the worst time possible. I'm failing every single gap I'm going for. Team, this level, I don't know how I beat it last time. Because I did beat this level before, but I don't know how I did it. Certainly feels like it's not gonna happen again. That's a shame, I guess. It doesn't help that I got fucked by the next level, so you have this level being extremely fucked up, but then the next one might be even worse. So yeah. It's fine. Also, hold up. I was about to say something, but you gotta focus first. Yeah, Draenor. I don't know if you are there. Are you there? Or are you not there? The balls are not there, that's for sure. He might not be there. It's okay. No, regardless, I was out to say that it could be that what I might play tomorrow, still not sure, but I could try Super Metroid, see how that goes. Hopefully it goes better than the regular Metroid. I mean, according to Draenor, regular Metroid is a lot better, but I don't know. I hope it is. It's gonna go much better. Well, I certainly hope so. Though I'm still not sure what emulator to use. Because I could use Seed SNES or I could use Messen. Though I never use Messen as an SNES emulator, so I don't know what to expect there. But apparently that emulator is cycle accurate, which means that every single instruction is being accurately emulated, while the other one is not. So yeah, I could give it a try. Did it without a guide back then and had an enjoyable time. Yeah, I guess when you have more patience, there are a lot of games that that can look appealing. I think the best example is Rayman. Because Rayman is a game that Rayman on the PS1, I mean. It's a game that I still like, and especially from the artistic side, it's very, very nice, but yeah. From a game design perspective, it leaves a lot to be desired. And I don't think that, like, if instead of being a childhood game, if I started to play it now, I don't know if I will be liking it so much. Well, at least the art is still top tier. It's probably one of the prettiest PS1 games there is. Well, 2D, obviously. Yeah, there is the remake. It's just that at that point I'd rather not bother. Because you know what my idea is? Obviously I want to play Super Metroid because of how iconic of a game it is and how much people say that it's one of the best game ever and all that shit. So even if it's not that for me, at least it most likely will be a nice experience. But it's not just that, it's the fact that I'm very interested in the Metroid Prime games. Like, I'm really curious on playing those. But I don't want to play those without at least playing the most popular one, you know? But yeah. It will be nice. It will be nice to play it. I personally wouldn't show you. Or, I hope. You never know until you play it. That game has a very legendary status. I mean, to the point that back when GDQ was more oriented in, you know, games, Super Metroid was the main event. Like the Super Metroid 4-way speedrun was what was done at the very end of the event. Was the single most important thing. I think it's been a lot of years since that's the case. I don't know, I don't watch the GDQ, because I simply can't be asked. It became a little bit too formal for my tastes. It isn't anymore. I mean, last time I checked, I think they have... I don't remember what year, but it was either Bloodborne or Sekiro speedrun, the last event, I think. Or that's what I remember. But I don't think it's the main event anymore. But yeah. It's one of those things that's just like Evo, the Evolution Fighting Tournament. They got super formal and the quality suffer as a consequence. Well, with Evo it's even worse, because with Evo there are so many ads that the amount of matches that you will see are very little. So yeah, I still watch it, but the quality has gone down by a lot. Not to mention the games, the fighting games that get released every year are less and less competitive, so... Well, less competitive gameplay wise. They usually have more people than they did back then competing. So I guess it depends on what you mean by competitive, but they are certainly not as complex as they used to be. So the competitive integrity, I feel like it suffers a lot. But yeah, it also doesn't help that for things like not just Street Fighter, but any game, they ban like essentially the best player in the world for some shit completely unrelated to the tournament. So that also, ever since that happened, that also dwindled my interest a lot. Because he was also one of my favorite players to watch. At least back when Street Fighter 4 was a thing. He was certainly the most interesting, one of the most interesting players to watch. And then he got banned. So yeah, very sad. Overall, I don't like the direction these events are going, so I watch them less. Well, in the case of HDQ, I don't even bother to watch it at all. Like, I just don't watch it. But with Evo, I watch it less. Maybe 1 year I'm just not gonna bother either. Though hard to tell, because Evo really... I mean, the times where you actually get to watch an actual match, and it's a high-level match, tends to be very entertaining. Since the highest level of play is most likely gonna be there. If you want high-level matches for fighting games, you gotta watch tournaments like Evo, and Evo is the biggest one. So, yeah. But for speedruns, you have other events. Like, ShiDQ is not the only one. So, no reason to watch if you don't like it. To mention, there is also a lot of games that, because you know, the speedrunning event that I usually watch whenever it happens is RTA, and since it's a Japanese organized event, usually they play games that I don't even know they existed, because they simply are not popular outside of Japan. So it's not just watching speedruns, but also watching games I never seen before. They are also more popular games, of course. But yeah, there is a higher chance of watching a game that I never heard of there than in ShiDQ. Hey, you can watch it all. It's not like they take place at the same time, so it wouldn't be impossible to simply watch them all. Finally free from... Wait, what stage is this? Isn't this a stage 2? Oh wait, this is actually stage 2. I was gonna say we're out of stage 1 hell, but no. We are already out of there. This is stage 2 and this is 3. Alright. Well... Sure. That's nice. But yeah, this level is still fucked up though. Man, this level is absolutely brutal. I cannot imagine how absolutely lucky I got the one time I beat this level. And the worst part is that even if you do that, even if you get lucky and beat it, what comes afterwards is also hard. So, like, you won't win no matter what you do. That's fucked up. Wait, what can we do? I really need to reunite those balls. Yeah, because otherwise the whole backward things is gonna be completely worthless, team. But I couldn't reunite them. That's a shame. Not to mention, like, it was far, but I also didn't get the right color when I could hit it. Yeah, that is a shame because I don't think this is enough space to win. Doesn't really look like it. I hope I'm wrong, but doesn't seem like I will be wrong. Ooh, that shot was a miracle. That shot was truly... Okay, that one was the opposite of a miracle. Give me green. There you go. Beautiful. Alright, that explosion was the perfect thing. Nice. But unfortunately, this level, I'm pretty sure I also got here without losing a single life. And I still died. Like, I lost all my lives here. But yeah, it could happen again. In fact, it most likely will happen again. That will be bad. Give me this shit. Nice. Damn it, dude. There you go. And what pains me a little bit is not knowing with what level we're gonna be dealing on the, well, what the next level is, essentially. I don't know. I'm a little bit terrified to find out because these two levels are a problem. If there is another level later, that is a problem. Well, I don't know who's gonna save us. This seems, oh, especially with that explosion, when you do a multi-lane explosion at the end, it really feels that you you take a huge weight off your shoulders. It usually means that you win. See, it happened with the previous level, and now happens with this one, and now we're done. Nice. Nice, but there is still one more plus the boss. So is this gonna be... yeah, it's gonna be a double one. And this is when you start approaching the volcano. Well, I have all the lives to do this. But as always, don't forget that there is a boss fight afterwards. So it's not as simple as just beating this level, which might not even be simple in itself. But it's also about other shit. And this boss, as expected, I don't remember what he had. I hope it's not harder than the previous one. The previous one, I actually almost died to the previous one. So if this one is harder, dying might happen. And yeah, we don't want that. Nice. Well, not nice. So I gotta say that I like the layout of this level. Not because it's easy, but because it looks very classic, indeed. It's one of those levels where you want to get Zuma as fast as possible. So that's usually something that you want to be the case for every level. Even more so a double level, a double lane level, I mean. Right, that was a very early Zuma. So one of the lanes is quite advanced, so gotta watch out for that. So at this point I don't even know which of these two was the lane that was advanced. There are also some tunnels that could make this a little bit hard to do. Like some tunnels here will potentially be a problem. Essentially, when these things come out, oh, that's... Damn, that explosion actually costed me the round. That's a power-up that was actually bad for me. Shouldn't have used it. And that's very messed up, bro. Come on. Why will you be like that? You're supposed to be a power-up. You're supposed to make my life easier. But you did the opposite. It's not the first time that happens. Like the one power-up when it's at the end of a trail, it's simply a double-edged sword. And there's not much you can do about that. I don't know what else. Hard to tell. Oh, that worked very well. I mean, the previous attempt also went exactly like this, and I still lost. And it's pretty easy to blame the bomb for that, but it certainly wasn't just the bomb. It was just a combination of shit. And the problem is, yet again, this one little thing here. So I can do a very good explosion here. And I even got the slowdown, nice. The right side here shouldn't be a problem. So it will be pretty sad if it's what ends up killing me. Nah, it's fine. And at this point there are also way too little colors to be a real problem. And that's it. Oh wait, it's not it. Fuck. No, it's okay, don't worry. Nice. And it was ace even. Alright. So this is, well, by 1 second. And this guy is pissed about his keys. Now, I hope this guy dies quickly. I only have 2 attempts. The Inky Darkness and Shields of Power hide the monster's secret weakness, his soft and fleshy underside. Okay. So, oh, you needed to do explosions here too. That's a problem. I get explosions and then hit him. Oh, but he also has... like, the shield doesn't get fully broken either. Yeah, that has the potential to be very hard, actually. Wait, hold up. How did he receive so little damage? What am I missing? Wait, does he get healed? Maybe he gets healed if you hit the shield, and I might have done that. I hit the shield there. It's also very easy to hit the shield. Alright, he's going berserk. Isn't it too early to go berserk, bro? So what does going berserk even do? Because you're shooting faster, but you're not even aiming at me. Isn't that easier than not berserk? Hey, come on, dude. It is actually an easier version. Are you stoned? Oh, fucker. Nice. 2 hits. 2 very clean hits. Okay, he went berserk again. This might be the... okay, this is the real deal, because these ones are aim, and they are also very fast. That's fine. So, a lot of these power-ups titillate, but they don't disappear. I don't know what's the point of titillating. Seems a little bit unnecessary. Oh, one more. No, not one more. So this guy has more health. Well, get fucked. And he hit me once at the end, by the way. This is my island, damn. Well, thank you. Though we are not the leader of the island. I don't know why you say that. So this is where the real problem begins, right? The Volcano Temple. Now, this is not the last checkpoint. There is another one afterwards. But we are getting close to the end of the game. Well, close from a level perspective, certainly not from a time perspective. Each heart has 4 sections. Oh, really? I thought they had 2. Well, that explains that. Titillate means lewd excitement. No, titillate means titillating. means something blinking. You can also use it for that, but that's what it means. Titillating is a normal word. I mean, that's like saying that the word gag shouldn't be used for shows because it's also used for, you know, a sexual object. No, bro, gag is a joke as well as the other thing. And titillating is that, something that, well, yeah, you can define it as something that blinks, but it's exactly something that quickly changes states. So you can say that lights are titillating, and it will be accurate, you know. Maybe you can say that it's a very fancy way of saying it, and you will sound like a moron for saying it. Wow, that was a nice combo. But I don't care about that. If it's fancy, then so be it. We're gonna go to fancy land. Also, this level has thankfully been pretty permissive. See, the issue is that all of the previous bosses were extremely easy. But the boss in this zone is not easy. That's not a problem now because this checkpoint is not the last one. On the last checkpoint it will be a problem. All web dictionaries. Well, I mean, I will search it, but this game doesn't like alt tabbing, so I'm not gonna search it. But anyways, that's not important now. Yeah, the Zuma gods don't like alt tabbing. No, what's important is hopefully, like, it will be amazing if I manage to get into the final checkpoint now. Because you know that when I get into the final checkpoint, just like it happened with Zuma the lads, it will take a very long time to get back into, well, to win, essentially. So the thing is that I could upload just me winning that last checkpoint and that's it. Like, I don't need to upload the whole thing that like I'm gonna do now. So if I can get to that last checkpoint, that will be super. That will be absolutely super. That's not very super. It's fine. I mean, I don't expect these levels to be easy despite not being the last checkpoint. Well, in fact, I'm surprised I was able to beat the previous checkpoint. The previous checkpoint had some very fucked up levels, including the last one. But as always with this kind of thing, the most important thing is that you get lucky. Obviously. Nice shot. Nice. Don't know how I get so excited when there is still halfway the Zuma bar. Those are details, don't worry about them. Nice, damn that. Like, I guess the reason why I get excited with those shots is because they are shots that are not easy to do. Like, the rate of failure is very high. Alright. Alright. I really need a red. I really do. Like, right. Oh, that. Oh, fuck, I didn't realize. The yellow will have worked too. It's okay. We got this. Perfect. Okay. This might go well. This might actually go well. That's a hard shot that I fail. We get some, we fail some. It's just the way it is. Nice. It would be nice to hit that backwards there, but no, it disappeared. Didn't work. But I shoot the wrong color, but even then I was pretty much dead. Also, thankfully, this checkpoint is still not restricting the amount of consecutive colors you can get. So I don't know why that was a thing on the fourth zone. Like, that's way too cruel, dude. I somehow was able to beat that. I don't know. Damn. That's a very high chain and I'm still not halfway done. That's fucked up. Yeah, this level, I have a feeling that it might be a problem. This level smells like trouble. So I don't know how hard the first level will be. I beat it on the first try, but just like I did that, it might not happen. Bro, it hurts so much when you have a long-running chain and you don't have a single combination to do, and I'm dead. That's a shame. But hey, at least we got this checkpoint here. Now the question is, can I beat this checkpoint today? I don't know. Hard to tell. I mean, hard to tell, yeah, especially without seeing the actual levels. I will say that it's quite hard to tell. Okay. Still trying. I'm surprised that this challenge was kind of exactly what I was expecting it to be. Well, I don't have to be surprised by that, but there are a lot of times where a game has an additional challenge after you beat it, and sometimes it happens that they are not exactly what you were expecting, but in this one, it is exactly what I was expecting. For better or for worse. But at least it doesn't negatively surprise me. Something that I assume it will happen. It's the authentic Zuma experience. I still wonder exactly what the Iron Frog mode is. I'm pretty sure that it's just beating Alventor mode without dying, but it could be something else for all I know. The game seems to make special emphasis in it, since in the main menu you have like a completely separate option, apart from the options in the actual option menu. Like, you have the frog being surrounded by iron on the side with a big sign saying Iron Frog. It's like they want you to do that, but I feel like having harder levels with checkpoints, it's a better idea than having the normal game with no checkpoints and no lives to spend. Assuming that's what Iron Frog does. I guess after playing this mode, something like Iron Frog will feel easier, but if it is the way I think it is, you are most likely just gonna die on the final levels every time. And to get to the final levels, you have to spend quite some time getting there. So you're gonna be wasting quite a bunch of time to get there, only to get fucked in the end. So that doesn't seem very appealing. Alright. It's a mini campaign with challenge level. You die, you restart, no deaths allowed. But wait, how is that different from challenge mode then? Because there is a challenge mode. I thought that they will be separate in that regard, right? I mean, the no deaths allowed I was expecting. Oh, so you're saying, okay. So you're saying that the Iron Frog mode is all the challenges in a row and you cannot die. Well, that surely sounds like something. Yeah, I mean, challenges are numbered in the sense that, well, for example, right now I haven't played anyone, so it says that there are 0 out of 75 challenges completed. So that makes me think that yes, you are supposed to individually select them. So are you saying that Iron Frog are those same challenges but in a row and without being able to lose? Because that doesn't seem very nice, I will say. I mean, it could be worse, but yeah, it doesn't sound like the kind of thing I would like to play. Because I mean, as hard as what I'm doing now is, the fact that you're actually allowed to make mistakes is pretty cool. having almost no margin for mistakes is a little bit of a problem. I'm also dead. On a semi-related note. But this thing is super cruel, dude. Because you can only interact with the very end of the trail, not what's immediately after it. Dang. Challenge was time. You have 3 minutes to bowl the most balls as possible, and each with a par score. Well, and what's Iron Frog then, if it's different? So that's the one that I'm interested in knowing how it is. Iron Frog is a mini campaign of 10 levels, no deaths. Okay, 10 levels. But wait, is it every zone? Or they are assorted levels? If you can play every zone, I mean, it wouldn't be... Well, I guess it will be different in the sense that you cannot die. But at least if it's a mini campaign, that will be more permissive, of course. No, I mean the zone in this game, the adventure mode has 6 zones with 10 levels each. So when you say 10 levels, I thought you might mean the fact that it's 10 levels from one of the zones and that maybe you play every zone. But I guess not. You can get fucked on level 2. The adventure mode has 10 zones, 10 levels in each zone, with a checkpoint in the middle. Like after you beat level that ends with 5, you get a checkpoint. They are either original levels or taken from challenge mode. Alright, thanks. If you say that it's rough, probably something I shouldn't do, and definitely the fact that you cannot die is a problem. But it's nice to know at least that it's not beating every single level from adventure without dying. That would have been terrible. Even if it was doable, it would still be ultra fucked up. But yeah, I guess for now I shouldn't be focusing on that. I should be focusing on this. But this is not going well. This second level already feels so missed that. I was wondering if I will be able to get to the next checkpoint today, but a better question will be if I can beat this level today. That seems like a smarter question, to which I don't know the answer for. Keep using these power-ups. As you can see, those power-ups don't mean shit if you don't build the Zuma bar. We are no closer from beating this. Especially when a good power-up disappears in front of your eyes. Pretty cool. Yeah. I guess the whole volcano area have to be something that I'll worry about some other time. It's not looking like it might happen now. Well, that was pretty fast. Full chain until the end. Very good. Probably shouldn't have aim at that power up, especially if afterwards I lose it. Not very cool. At least the good thing is that you don't need to worry about exiting every time you die here. It's an instant thing. I guess when they saw people in the last temple of the previous game constantly resetting every time they die on the last temple, they were like, yeah, we gotta fix that on the next one. It's a good change, without a doubt. Well, that, and they also completely lower the difficulty of the adventure mode to the point where they had to hide the real difficulty in another mode, which is this one. And for all I know, this one might still be easier than the adventure mode on the original. It's like I use all of my energy in the previous zone, I feel completely devoid of energy right now. Unfortunately. And you definitely need the energy here. But where is it? I think it's nowhere to be found. Doesn't help that it's Friday, you know. Having finished a week, it's also something that usually makes you tired. Well, it's not finishing the week that makes you tired, but rather going through the whole week. Use a human effigy. It will be nice, because right now I am hollow, I guess. It will be nice to have something that you take and you suddenly feel completely reinvigorated. And no, I don't mean drugs. Those things have side effects. In the kind of things that reinvigorate you for free. That will be very nice. The only similar thing you have is, you know, drinks that... Well, not energy drinks particularly, but drinks that are more about rehydrating. It is a bad signal when this level that I will normally beat in the first attempts is also fucking me up. But at the same time, you can attribute a lot of things in this game to lag, just like you could on the previous one. I think another thing that contributes to the tiredness is how bright these levels are. Like the fact that, well, it's supposed to be lava, so it makes sense, but it's very bright, and also it has that little heat effect that doesn't help at all. It's a little bit aggressive on the eyes. Yeah, that's a problem. Now, I do remember some of these levels actually dying even on the regular adventure mode. On the regular adventure mode, I had so many lives at this point that even if I die multiple times, it wouldn't make that much of a difference. But here it's a different story. You are not gonna have that many lives. I mean, you're gonna have the default amount of lives. And if you're lucky, you also will get the extra life for score, but not much more than that. Can you? There you go. There you go. No. Not yet. These levels might take even longer to fill the Zuma bar than the ones on the previous zone. And those already took a very long amount of time, so messed up that these ones want to take even longer. And it's what you expect as you keep progressing through the levels, you know. I gotta say that I'm getting very lucky here with the colors and the power-ups, but I don't know if it's gonna last for too long. Oh, I really need that slowdown. Nice. It would be nice to hit that, alright. And that, okay. Good. There are way too many colors here, dude. Not a fan of that. I need a purple, there you go. Tim, but that, like, this last lane here is so short, dude. That's the problem. Like, unless you are dealing with all the balls way before you reach that part, feels like you're gonna lose every single time. Like, barely any room to do anything in there. That got in the way. Fuck. Like that. Okay. Yeah, very nice, but still need something better. And that explosion disappeared. We got the hand. I'm confusing colors. See, that's what I mean. Comes to a point that you should get mentally tired. God damn it, confusing colors like that is fucked up. It happens. Well, at least this should be a victory. So another fucked up thing of this last lane is just how easy it is to miss aim. Because these things just have some some very mean corners. Alright, good. That's the first time I did this level. I'm great at this mode. Well, I don't know about that, bro. Okay, this is a wall, by the way. So anything you shoot here is here. You're gonna get destroyed. Damn, but that's something that is probably gonna fuck me up visually more than once. Like, actually registering in my brain that I cannot shoot on the other side is not gonna be that easy. These are... that got destroyed, really? That's good. I already let too many walls get built up here. Oh, I can get some gap bonuses here. Yeah, correct. That's as much as I can do. Oh, I could have gotten the red one, but still can do the gap. Oh, nice, and that was a very tight gap too. Alright, good. Now if I could get a yellow... Oh, another thing I could do is just precisely use the walls to change the color if I don't like it. I didn't think about it that way, and I'm pretty sure I didn't use it that way on some previous levels that had the wall. That's very genius indeed. Blue disappears. Well, actually, in terms of colors, we are doing well. Yes, two colors completely disappeared here. Wish we were doing well in terms of lives. Is that not looking so hot right now? That was pretty good. Even I can get this far? But I don't know, you are the one waiting for me there, bro. What do you mean you can get this far? Well, and here we have a level where you are essentially surrounded by the initial balls. So until you are way past the Zuma, you cannot interact with anything else. Well, and anything else is also gonna be far from you, so it's not gonna help that much. I guess the only good thing is that being close to the spawn means that there are some times where you can just wait for new balls to appear so you don't break the chain. But yeah, I guess sometimes it's also not worth to wait for so long. It's hard to tell what's better in situations like this one. Fortunately, this thing has already advanced by a lot. Getting a lot very bad colors. Yeah, this is gonna go as expected. Yeah, I can't do anything there, dude. That's the last life. And even if I beat this level, there's another one. It's a shame because of how hard the second level is. Second level here is a pain in the ass that... And once you beat, you certainly don't wanna beat it again. I took too long to react, and I missed there. Well, nothing good can come out of this, I guess. Also, very annoying when you just keep getting the wrong colors. You can do a lot of things, but if your plans keep getting fucked by the game giving you the wrong shit, there's not much you can do there. Yeah, man. This is just terrible. Well, there goes that. Alright, let's make this the last attempt for the day. The last attempt after getting past this level, I mean. And then we will see how it goes. But I'm not having too much hope. Not at all. Good combo. But if we're starting out like that, it gives me some hope. It would be nice to continue strong like that. That was a very promising start. But I mean, this is not the level that is the issue, so... However I beat this level, it matters little. It's about beating the next one. Well, beating the next one, hopefully without having wasted too many resources in the process. That will be good. Yeah, keep confusing colors. That'll make you go pretty far. Bro, hey. It's okay, don't worry about it. We're gonna get our rest soon enough. Hey, don't worry, we are okay. I mean, soon I'm gonna be hallucinating that there are objects that they are not there. Like, I'm gonna be seeing fruits on the sides that don't exist. Nice. Ooh. That was very good, but losing the chain isn't. There are a lot of balls that are consecutive that are of completely different colors. You almost run over a ship in Forza's tutorial. Wait, why is there a ship in Forza? Didn't know they had ships. I guess they do. There was also the Air Force tailing my ass. Are you sure you're playing Forza? Maybe they gave you the wrong game. Maybe they should give you the wrong one. I'm gonna wait for that. Simply losing the chain at this point is bad, no matter what. It'll also be bad to lose this lining. Nice, that's huge. I don't know what. I don't know if the blue was the best idea. Allowing me to get that power up is also nice. Perfect. Okay. That has to be... like, that has to be victory. Like, if I somehow lose this one, there is just no hope for this level. Then everything went well, and to nobody's surprise, it's thanks to the power-ups, obviously. Shooting here has too many chances of completely failing the shot. Nice. Ultimate Edition. Okay. Alright. Reflection in magma. I don't think you can get reflected in magma, right? Cannot say I ever tried, but I don't think that's possible. Not like I'm an expert in the properties of magma, so I wouldn't know. that was good. So I'm about to lose. It's a shame if I lose. Last time I beat this one on the first try. I might have gotten lucky, probably. But I'm judging by how I'm doing here, I'm pretty sure. I shouldn't just say probably. I definitely got lucky. Well, and the amount of lives right now is the same as that previous attempt. Something tells me that this might go exactly the same. I hope not, but it's looking like that. You don't have the color you want, it's just better to break it in the wall until you get it. Even that sometimes can make you lose so much time. What are these trash colors, dude? That's my question. Why are you choosing the absolute worst? It's just, what is wrong with you? I hear I definitely need the red. Alright. That should give me a lot of breathing room. Still not enough to feel the Zuma, unfortunately. Nice. I didn't need to get that, but might as well. This is not looking very promising right now. Anytime there is a color you don't want to get, it's just better to get rid of everything else. Because the more balls that you add to the trail, the harder it's gonna be. Because all those things obviously add to the trail, making you being closer to dying, and also having to deal with those balls eventually. So yeah, that's not good. Wait, no. I kinda had a... No, that was red, damn it. It's okay. Yeah, I will actually appreciate that slowdown. And now the reverse, okay. It's certainly super important in this level to use the wall to reroll colors. It's just very important. But yeah, unfortunately still didn't really make use of it that well since I lost a life. And now I have to deal with this shit that is clearly harder with not so many lives on stock. Unfortunately, a level that until the very end of the level you cannot dispose of balls. Cannot dispose of balls and also cannot interact with the very end of the level, the very end of the trail. Okay, that was a very early Zuma. And if I get this lining, it's gonna be even better. I mean, I think at this point I already beat this level, but it's never a bad idea to make sure it happens no matter what. But yeah, using that lining is good, of course. Still not happy about the amount of resources left though, because there is one more stage to get to the next checkpoint. And for all I know, that stage might be super fucked up. Nice team. That I did that so well. Not because I play well, because everything went my way. I never seen ball spitting like yours. That's supposed to be a compliment. Yeah, you're very good at spitting balls, bro. That's fucked up. Oh, god damn it. Little shit. Now, with all the tunnels this level has, this smells bad. This level smells bad. I can tell you that. But hey, it's what we gotta do. But at least you have some place to get rid of the shit you don't want. And I think it might always be active. You really... hold up. That's too late. It's alright. Would have gotten that fruit if I reacted to that faster. But yeah. We got some slow man reactions sometimes. Well, slow man. I mean old man. Well, it's both. It's a slow man and an old man. I also could have used the white ball to make that disappear fast. Well, disappear. Go back faster. But yeah. Old man reactions is what I tell you. This thing is a lot closer to the mouth than I thought. Okay, at least you can get rid of the unwanted balls. So that's gonna be super helpful. And this has to be the attempt. Like, this has to be the attempt no matter what, and I'm very scared that I might fumble it. It's okay though. Well, I fumbled that shot, but it's okay. But despite the trail being so small, there are so many colors remaining. Well, not anymore. Okay, we got it. Whew, nice. And we got the checkpoint. Beautiful. Can resist the challenge? Of course not. Well, we got to the final checkpoint. So that's great. So here is the thing. The fact that we got to the final checkpoint means that the most possible thing is that whatever I upload to YouTube Nets is simply gonna be me beating the final checkpoint. Yes, the odds are that this final checkpoint is gonna take an insane amount of time to beat. And that's because I remember that even when I played this game in the regular adventure mode, being able to beat the final levels took me a couple of attempts in a mode that most of the how is it called? Like, most of the levels I beat them on the first try. So now, with how this mode works, I'm not so sure what's gonna happen. But it's a relief that I was able to reach the final checkpoint. So this is the last thing that has to happen. At least I can focus on the layout of these levels and nothing more. But yeah. Keep in mind that this might take a while. I do wanna try, however, well, at least until I get past this level, I wanna try how far I can get. I don't think it's gonna be super far. Like, I can't remember if it was level 58 or 59. I remember it taking me multiple attempts in the regular adventure mode. The problem is that they are not at the beginning, they are closer to the end, so I don't know. Well, it will be even greater if I somehow manage to beat this today, but that will probably be too much. I don't think that will happen. But at least I will be happy with seeing some of the next levels. I'm curious to see what disgrace awaits me. The extent is also achievable here. I named the Hero of Modes. What you mean Hero of Modes? This is the only mode I'm playing so far. Well, aside from the adventure one, of course. Pretty sure that you have to beat the adventure mode to unlock this one. Especially considering that all the bosses talk to you as if you already been there and beat them. Pretty sure it's a requirement to beat adventure to get here. That these places are making some heavy emphasis to the use of tunnels, which I guess at the end of the day, tunnels are the hardest gimmick in Zuma, and that was a gimmick that was still in the original, so they are hard no matter where they are. Even if I lose all my lives to this level, I don't care. Because I'm gonna be worrying about this some other time. Without a doubt. It will be nice to see more than one level after the first one. Will be very nice. Fuck that up. This level also kinda corners you a lot at the end. Then right now I feel like I'm going completely in autopilot. That I already use quite a lot of effort today. I think I can put that much more effort. Well, that much more effort or brain. I'm not really thinking, like I'm probably doing some very bad decisions, but I'm just not thinking about them. It's fine, don't worry. My brain is gonna be taking a break soon. I got the Zuma. Wasn't even paying attention to the Zuma bar. That's how much I'm autopiloting this. Really feels that I'm just... I'm a hollow, as I was saying earlier. Not thinking. Not like this game requires much thinking in the first place. That there are some decisions that might be better to think a little bit about them before doing them. Well, at least this level seems like it will be beaten. We'll be able to at least see the next one. Is not bad at all. Alright. I mean, it's good progress. I'm Sakamu. I don't know who asked, however. I'm wondering who was the person that asked. But it certainly was not me. Wanted that fruit. So right now, yeah. Okay, the try shot, very nice. I should have probably aimed better at that power up though. So this level feels like it doesn't give you much room to do anything. Imagine that I somehow managed to reach the boss. That will be something. No, I don't think that will happen. Nice shot. There's nothing in there, bro. Okay, nice. I wanted a green. Got me the explosion before a single fucking green, dude. Amazing RNG. Well, another level beaten. I'm surprised, but I'll take it. They got a whole new mystery for you. Bro, before worrying about whatever mystery you have to worry about beating this shit. So the second to last level is a double lane level. So what was the last level? Before the boss, obviously. Can't say I remember. But I mean, I can't say I remember about any of the levels in this game. I mean, when you kinda beat them all on the first try, it's a little bit hard to remember them. I guess since now it might not be the case, it's a different story. Realized that this lane was so absurdly close. Oh, and I fucked up there. The ideal thing would have been using the yellow and I didn't use it. That was my bad. I mean, don't know if I will have survived that much more, but I will have survived more. Why didn't I erase the purple? I think I might have picked the wrong color. I wanted that laser power up and I didn't get it. Maybe I somehow shot another color. Well, that's a shame, I guess. Both of these things are very close. And that's rough. I really wonder how far I could have gotten on the previous attempt if I hadn't messed up the yellow thing, but it's okay. Well, for now, any time that we get back here is gonna be on level 56, which is the very last checkpoint in the game. So hey, that's gonna be there for some other day. And it probably will be, as I say, like, I'm probably just gonna upload the one attempt that I beat that. I guess it probably will take multiple, but it's fine. Thanks everyone a lot for watching. I'll be seeing you on the next stream, so have a good one and take care.